Hello, all. This is Dr. Dheeraj Masapu. I'm a senior consultant in neuroanesthesia, and in this video, I'm going to tell you why the healthcare is getting saturated. Mainly because of the demand-supply mismatch that is happening. We are producing lot number of doctors, a lakh plus MBBS doctors, and 50 to 70,000 of postgraduates. Okay, so in future, if we keep producing like that, the healthcare will get saturated. Not even in metros, tier two, tier three, everything will get saturated. And, so because what is the solution for this? The solution for this would be some people, some doctors after MBBS should venture into other areas. Okay, if everyone tries to compete, for the same patient after doing MCH, DM, and FRCA, and all these things, then what happens is immense competition would be there. So think little different, out of the box, and start venturing into other areas. The moment I recommend this, the first feeling that you would get is it is risky and it's an unconventional path and there is no path which is laid because if you want to become a cardiologist there is a path laid. You would have seen somebody becoming a cardiologist. You can do MD, DM, work under a senior doctor for some years and you'll become a cardiologist. But these paths, which like entrepreneurship path or healthcare management path, they don't have a concrete path. So how to actually navigate through such kind of situation is what we're going to discuss in this video. And welcome to the video. We're interviewing one of the doctor who turned entrepreneur after MBBS and MD pharmacology. Let us dive into the video and check out what is the complete process map for MBBS doctor to enter into entrepreneurship and how he should sustain himself in the process. Can he actually, survive while also learning how to become entrepreneurship? Okay. Hello all. This is Dr. Dheeraj Masapu, and today we have a special guest, Dr. Sonali, and a brief intro about Sonali. She is the founder and CEO of HealthSpec 360 and Elevate, and she is independent director at IACA, MCA, Government of India, and a board advisor for that. And not only that, she is a coach for a lot of doctors who want to start their own startups, who want to become investors, and all that. So, very reason she is there in our podcast is because she is a doctor, she is MBBS, MD pharmacology person, and after doing MD pharmacology, she didn't go in a conventional way. She chose a different path, which very few people actually do after MBBS and MD. We always try to be in a safe zone. We always try to do conventional things. So, welcome to the channel, Dr. Sonali.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Dheeraj, for the warm welcome and for the introduction. I'm looking forward to have a great conversation today.
Yeah.
Very excited
So,
for this conversation.
yeah. So basically, my first question to you would be, can doctors become the startup owners or investors, or can they actually do it? Because they're very minuscule percentage actually into this
Yes, yes.
particular area in India, particularly.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Especially in India, if we talk about doctors who are doctrineurs or healthpreneurs, the percentage is very low, as you have rightly mentioned. So one of the estimates says that it is less than 2%. And as compared to Western countries, this percentage is very, very low. But whether doctors should become an entrepreneur, so absolutely, and the timing is right now. I think the timing has never been better than today. What we are experiencing now, because everywhere we can see a lot of support system is there, and people are actually encouraging startups and all this entrepreneurship, not only in other fields, but healthcare is also one of the primary function or a sector which the government is also focusing and emphasizing. And of course, being medicos, we all should become entrepreneurs because for healthcare startup businesses, we need to see the healthcare need gaps. Now, no one can see these gaps better as compared to doctors, because clinicians exactly know what is broken, what is missing, what truly matters to patients, what are their true pain points, what are the pain points of doctors, and also what is lacking in the system, basically healthcare system. The second point why I would like to highlight here is the credibility and trust. Now, health is always a trust. Health equals to trust. So now, whenever a doctor comes out as a startup entrepreneur or a founder or as a business person, that prefix dr also holds a lot of value, a lot of potential, and also holds a lot of weight. So people listen to doctors, at least in India, and it automatically opens doors not only to investors, to other regulators, to your partners, and to your customers, or we can say the end users. So doctors, if they are building something in healthcare, that automatically people start taking it seriously, and they see if a doctor is doing something, they have understood the problem, they have identified the problem and giving the solution which will actually bridge the need gap and serve patients and benefiting patients lives and making their lives more comfortable, impacting healthcare at large scale. Now third thing is many founders, especially from the non-medical backgrounds, they are also building a lot of startups in the healthcare system, because health is an issue which affects everyone. Now, here what happens? The missing link, or a most common missing piece here, is having those domain experts in the system. Now, many startups, they are failing because they never have taken medicos or clinicians into consideration, or either as a mentor, or as a co-founder, or as one of the important integral part of the founding team. So if doctor is becoming that domain expert, so because medicos are leading that domain, it becomes an automatic choice and also a facilitation to make that idea into enterprise and making it a more scalable and profitable business. Now, coming from the doctor's perspective, being a doctor, I always tell this: become entrepreneur, have your own setup. That autonomy and everything is very fascinating and encouraging. Not only that, there is a massive opportunity window right now. Now, after COVID, what happened? We have seen that VUCA world and how the things are unpredictable, and how even if we had good practices, people have failed a lot. They literally, I used to get a lot of calls from clinicians that, I have, invested enough in my clinic, but at present there is no patient. And at the same time, I also want to have some side hustle wherein I will be able to earn something apart from my clinical routine practice. Now, this startup has given that massive opportunity and opened that window. And with the digital health, this AI in healthcare, then there is remote patient monitoring and management. All these actually medtech, health tech, wearables, all these are becoming more and more into picture, and doctors can actually contribute to this a lot apart from their clinical practice. And it also gives that career flexibility. Now we know, as doctors, we either join clinical practice. Doctor है तो clinical practice करेंगे, patients देखेंगे. That is like the very given social as well as peer pressure and everything. We know the story of a doctor, especially in India. But generally, doctors, they start clinical practice, join hospitals, or they own their own clinics, or they join academics for teaching purpose, and some go into research. Now, very few doctors, they are into the entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship also offers you that autonomy that I am personally very passionate about. It also opens gateway for creativity, to try something new, to work as per your plans, as per your schedules, and also to try creativity into the solutions and impacting beyond what we can do as far as the scale is concerned. Now, by treating one patient at a time, we will be impacting that one life. That is also a huge noble, the effort and the impact, I would say. But by building something which is scalable and which can impact other geographies, across geographies, I think that will also give doctors the sense of credibility, sense of achievement, and sense of trying something new, impacting larger population apart from their basic, or their not basic, I would say conventional, traditional clinical practice. So I think it's very important that to have that mindset of entrepreneurship, and that should be inculcated or nurtured right from the beginning of their career. I would say as early as possible. First year of MBBS is the best time. I'm going at various colleges and universities talking about it, inculcating that thought process into. And this Gen Zs, they are very much into entrepreneurship. They are watching Shark Tank and many such shows. They are already into that mode, but it is very important to have that mindset. Unless we have that, we will not be able to try that. So it has a
Super.
huge potential, and I would love doctors to become healthpreneurs.
Super. Okay. Mind blowing actually. I got some goosebumps when you're telling all these things. So there is a lot of scope, and when doctor
Yes.
doing gives authority, authenticity, and they can define the problem statement better is what you're trying to tell. Super, ultimate. So next question is, I would like to give you a scenario. MBBS pass out person is there, would be roughly around 25, 26 years, who will have some basic degree and basic exposure, and
Yeah.
who is not having any kind of financial backup, but some middle class or upper middle class family is not having crores of money as to invest. So, but he wants to enter into the entrepreneur journey, not going in a conventional way of MD, DM, or MS, MCH, and all that rat race. He wants to come into different area. How is it possible, and how should he plan? And whether he can afford his 3 meals or not is the question. So this is the scenario I would
Yes.
like.
Dr. Dheeraj, thank you so much for this question. And trust me, um, in last 1 year, many doctors, many medical students, to be very precise, many medical students have expressed this, that after this MBBS, I want to start my startup. I don't know how, but this is something is my genuine desire. At the same time, I will also reach at an age where my family will also expect, and also it's a responsibility of me also to support my family, and for that I will have to earn at least that basic to fulfill the basic needs,
Mm.
not only of me but also of my family, take care of my family. So how I can actually start this afresh, or whether is there any support that I will get apart from doing anything else along the startup. Now, the first thing is, if they are from the background wherein they don't have any backup, they don't have any, they have to start from zero. They absolutely are the only sole earner of the family, and they truly want to become an entrepreneur. What I suggest is, generally, I suggest like this is, never ever directly jump into it like full time. We can have multiple options. We can join a startup as a, because generally this is health tech, med tech, so always we have a tech partner. They always are into the search or a hunt of some medical partner or a co-founder who can add that medical insights and medical values. So they can join a startup as a part time. They can also join as an advisor. They can also start exploring how this startup ecosystem is going. They can also join a lot of meetings which are happening in every city now. Previously it was only in metro cities, but now tier 2 cities are also picking up. So if they are working in the medical colleges, if they are studying in medical colleges, there will be engineering institutes as well nearby. And in all these engineering institutes and universities, these hackathons, ideathons, competitions, startup competitions, that entrepreneurial mindset is lot is there. And we have seen many healthcare startups, they are built by engineers. Reason is because there is a push from faculty, there is a push from alumni association, there is a push from universities that if you are into this, you have to make something. And especially in this era, I would say startup is something that everyone wants to build. So they can also get into that space, attend such meetings and get the exposure, and slowly be a partner of it. They can also ask for retainer, which could be a nominal fee, so that the basic is taken care of. And at the same time, because they are MBBS, they can always have their clinical practice. Now clinical practice doesn't mean you have to sit for the entire day. You can have 2 hours of OPD in the morning and 2 hours of OPD in the evening, and the time that you get for the day, you can spend it in the startup, so that you are earning as well as you are learning. And then one fine day, when you find that proper balance, you can then take a decision whether you want to go full time as a startup founder, or continue your pay more time and attention in your clinics, or in your patient management, and do startup as a side hustle or a part time. So there are many ways of doing it.
Got it, got it. So you're recommending for survival, we can see the OPD or work in some part-time job, and then
Yes.
we can parallelly work the rest of the time, weekends, and start working on this kind of. So if somebody
Correct.
can
Even
start,
in the internship
yeah,
also, I forgot one point. There are many internships also people are offering, wherein 3 months internship, 6 months internship, wherein you can also get that hands-on experience, earn also at the same time, and also understand yourself first, whether this is your true calling or not. That would be a great, way of exploring and knowing about yourself. So don't
got,
follow the mad rush, because startup is a buzzword. We don't need to become
yeah,
a
yeah.
startup founder.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, but we can actually go in that way, work as an intern for maybe 6 months, 1 year, then get some
Yes.
knowledge in that, and then decide whether we can do it or not.
Correct. Correct. That would be a very
So,
safer option.
but these are paid only, no? These internships usually.
Yeah. So many are paid and many are unpaid also. It depends on
Okay,
the situation. If you really want paid, you can go for it. If there are unpaid and you just want experience and exposure, you can go for unpaid as well.
got it, got it, got it. Super. So then another scenario I would like to give is now a little experienced doctor and for like 35 to 50 years in that age group. He has a strong problem statement in his workplace, which he really wants to solve with some kind of a product or some kind of a service company or so. But how should he proceed further?
So this has been the scenario, in this period, I would say. Many doctors who are at their mid career, 40s and 45s, they are now exploring other options because they have gained enough, exposed enough, treated enough, and they have that sense of satisfaction. But at the same time, there is something inside them which is bothering them, which is making them restless, that I want to do something, but from where to start? Now, as I said, the first thing is, as a clinician, you will be able to find out the problems. First is problem identification, whether that problem do really exist or not in the system, whatever specialty you are in, or maybe non-specialty doctor as well. There are problems and issues either in the system or into the doctor space or from the patient perspective. Now, we can just write it down, 10 to 15 problems that we could identify, and then keep on thinking about it, doing research, doing talking with people, talking with stakeholders or maybe the end users, so that we will be able to come to a conclusion with only 2 to 3 problem statements, and then finalize one with lot of research, that this is the problem statement that I have identified, and this is the solution that I want to offer for that. Now, solution wise also, it could be service or it could be product. Now, many people, they are so obsessed with the solution that they forget the problem. So as an entrepreneur, I always tell them, don't get obsessed with the solution that you think is the best in the world. Yes, you must have come with some solution which must be fantastic and bridging that need gap, but always keep yourself open for suggestions and for inputs, so that it always gives that creativity, flexibility, and you make a better and better product with time. So obsession with problem is a best thing, because then once you are obsessed with the problem, you will always try to become better and better with every day. Now, second thing is, once you have identified the problem and found out the solution, it is very very important to validate that solution. Now, validation of solution, many people, they just skip this step and jump the next step. Now, validation is very important. Being a medical or non-medical founders, we have to validate it from the right stakeholders. It could be patients, it could be hospitals, or it could be doctors, for whomsoever the solution is built. So validate at least with 10 to 15 doctors or 100 doctors. Have that pilot, have that small study in maybe 1 2 clinics or maybe 1 2 hospitals, so that you are getting those feedbacks, those real candid suggestions and inputs from the stakeholders, whether this is really required or not, or is there anything that we can add. And even if you are making something or building something which already exists, is there anything that we can add as a creative element or as an innovative element, so that that becomes your USP or unique selling point, that we call it as. So it's very important. It doesn't need to be an extraordinary idea, but an idea which has that innovative element is something which is very important. That will only make you stand out from the crowd, and maybe that innovation or that USP will take you to the next level. So validation of idea is very very important. Then we can, being a doctor, we were never exposed to the business. We were always so much involved into the clinical practice or into studies and academics, getting good ranks and all of that. And moreover, doctor community is a very closed community. So we also need to work on the mindset. Are we open to work with non-medicos, or how we are in terms of people management or team building or networking or leadership? Are we inclusive enough? Are we ready enough to get failed also? Because as a doctor, we were always trained for perfection, and doctors, they cannot commit mistakes. But in entrepreneurship, it is always like, fail fast, fail fast and grow fast. So we have to unlearn a lot of things. So get the basic business skills which are required. For that, we can have some courses, we can join a startup, we can discuss with our friends who are from those backgrounds, and at least have some expertise from the financial perspective, business acumen perspective, and also how to handle a business. Because this is something that we were never exposed, never taught, and that's why doctors will need to gain that skill set if they really want to build their business. The next thing I would say is, attend as much as possible. Attend. You can reach out to mentors who are into docpreneurship, or you can attend events which are happening around. You can join an incubator also if you have that idea ready, and then learn the basics of how to convert this idea into an entrepreneur. Now the next is we have that solution ready. Now we can make that solution into a prototype and then into MVP, and then you have to choose a model, whether you want to go solo, or you want to find a co-founder, or you will join a startup, or you can start part-time. There are multiple options. So if you think that this business doesn't require any partnership or external support, I can make it on my own, you can go solo, that's perfectly fine. But if that particular business model requires some expertise from outside, for example, if it is something related to legal, maybe we will need a legal expert. If it requires some ethical expert, we can have, or financial expert, or a marketeer, or a salesperson, or an engineer, or a bioengineer. So something like that, if it is required, you should always choose to go as a co-founding member, so that we can make this idea into a better scalable business model. And the last thing is execution. So I always say idea is one thing, but execution is the king. So many people might have the same idea across geographies, because the world is so amazing and we have so many talented people. But the execution will decide whether that particular idea will see the success or not. So refinement, getting inputs, making it more and more user friendly, making it more and more creative, and getting that early adopters and their feedbacks, and working on those feedbacks, inclusiveness, having good leadership, and then raising funds and all those stories, applying for grants and getting incubated. I think these are the various ways, steps in which any doctor, even if they are at mid senior stage, or maybe senior than that, can definitely become entrepreneur, and a very successful entrepreneurs, because they have already seen in their career.
Perfect. Got it, got it. I understood. So it is, I understood the process map that you explained. Super. So I'll give you another scenario now. The scenario is more like 55 to 60-year or 65-year doctor with loads of cash, and now they want to experiment their cash, in some kind of a startups. So how do
Okay.
they approach the startups, and how do they get? They want to invest only in some startups related to healthcare, or some kind of link should be there, digital or something like that. How does that happen?
Yeah. Yeah. So this has also been a case scenario very rightly pointed out by you. So many a times doctors, and especially domain expert from the same domains, they do approach startups because first of all, they already have the knowledge of the domain. They know it will work or not. Second, they have a surplus because they have have done that hard work enough. So there are many startups who are actually into they are actually searching for such domain experts who will give not only funds as a financial support, but also the strategic support. So having that strategic partner giving those inputs from a medical side along with funds, I think that's a deadly combination. And if any non-medical founder, if finding someone who is giving money at the same time the knowledge and the expertise, I think that is a deadly combination. And there are many platforms in which the startups can meet such doctors. They conduct small mini shark tanks, I would say. It happens at various places, and they can get into touch with these doctors into in many forums. It could be competition when they come as a jury, or it could be through your network, or it could be LinkedIn, or it could be simply from your doctor's network. You can also find these people in your alumni. For example, if I'm coming from a pharma background, there are many pharma leaders who were at the top leadership positions, but now they are towards their retirement, and they want to invest in the small and the medium pharma businesses. So these people actually become the great source of inspiration.
The senior doctors mainly have so many problem statements with them which are not being processed, because I know personally.
Yes, yes, yes.
So all the
Okay.
problem statements and a lot of great ideas are dying.
Idea.
Uh,
Yes.
bec-
Most of
so
the
I
times, doctors, they don't have time because of the
mm,
heavy patient load.
yeah,
Secondly, the priority, and thirdly, peer pressure and societal pressure also.
Yeah.
So for entrepreneurship also requires a specific time allotment every day,
Mm.
which is also not considered as a priority area. At least after a certain age, we realize I think I need to do something else beyond my routine.
Mm.
So I
Correct.
think that's why doctors are quite hesitant for trying something new.
Yeah. So,
But
for
through this
example,
platform, we would encourage more and more doctors to come
I
forward.
know. I would encourage all of them if they have an idea, they can contact you, right, and take coaching from you.
Yes, yes, yes,
And
yes,
your
definitely.
link
I'm
will keep in the
always there to help
description.
and support.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So then, thank you, Dr. Sonali. I think several topics we discussed, and I think they got an idea about in what age they can enter, how to enter, and also senior doctors also how to invest and platform. So just to inculcate the idea of entrepreneurship is what I wanted from this particular interaction with you. Thank you very much. Any final comments you want to tell the audience?
Thank you, Dr. Dhiraj, for the wonderful opportunity, and you are doing really great. Apart from, in spite of your busy schedule, you are taking time for creating awareness and giving information which is correct and accurate information coming from the right person is something we are missing these days. So hats off to all the efforts, and I congratulate you for all the hard work that you are doing. And this is really going to be a blockbuster. Coming to the final words, I would say I am a person who is always available, very approachable, and I am super passionate for entrepreneurship, especially doctors becoming entrepreneurs or healthpreneurship in general. So I request all the doctors, be it you be at any stage, first year MBBS or maybe a very senior doctor, doesn't matter. Entrepreneurship requires no age. There is no qualification which is required. There is no education which is required. There is no geography which is required. Whatever you think is something which is creating impact and going to help patients and making their lives better, I think one should try in best of their capacity. And there are many support systems which are available in our country also. We need not to go outside. We have a lot of opportunities and what a lot of support systems available. We have mentors, we have incubators, we have accelerators, we have investors, and we have a lot of other competitions, universities, and institutions which are encouraging startups. So please explore, please think out of the box, please go beyond your college boundaries, and have catch ups with your friends. Remember your friends from 12th and 10th standards, they are at different areas, they are working in different sectors. Please reach out to them and see what they are doing, and definitely as a collaborative effort we should be able to bring something which is very innovative and impactful in nature. For that, just have that entrepreneur mindset and be open and be yourself.
Superb. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. India needs this now. India needs more entrepreneurs because these entrepreneurs only can increase the economy of India and GDP of India now. So that is why I
Definitely.
wanted more doctors to enter and then improve the
Yes.
healthcare, economy from 300, I think, billion to a trillion maybe in future.